Ekabo, and welcome to another episode of Talking Ifa with me, Babalawo Salako. I want to humbly apologize for a mistake that I made in a previous episode. It was an innocent and honest mistake, but nevertheless, it was a mistake. So I want to correct the record here and let you know what that mistake was and to give you the correct information. Like, share, and subscribe this video and any of my other videos because we want to grow and to help as many people as possible. So with that being said, let's talk. Greetings. I'm Babalawo Salako. I was initiated as a priest of Ifa and Obatala in Nigeria in 2006, and I've been practicing the Ifa Orisa religion for over 30 years now. My mission is simple: to help those who are new to the religion or lost in the religion. So if that's you, then buckle up and join me. This is Talking Ifa. First, I want to say this. I would never intentionally mislead you or give you any misinformation on this podcast. So when I go back, before I started the podcast, I went to Ifa and I divined. And I asked, should I do the podcast? I wanted to do it. Ifa said, yes, I should do it. I asked Ifa, but Ifa, even though I've been in this tradition for decades, I don't know everything. There's a lot of information that I'm still learning. I know a lot of things, but there's a lot of things I don't know. What if I get on here and I make a mistake? Ifa said, don't worry. Don't worry about mistakes. You will make mistakes. But Ifa says, you have good intentions because you want to do this to help people. You have a good heart. You're an honest person. So Ifa said, for me to boldly go and speak the truth and information as I see it at the time that I say it. If I learn something later that tells me it wasn't correct, then I should go back and correct it. And Ifa said, it's that simple. Don't worry about it. Just always try to give the truth and information as you see it at that time. So that is exactly what I always do. So in this case, I had some information that I believed to be true, and I found out just recently from my wishe, my luo, that it wasn't. So in today's episode, I want to cover that later. So stick with me, and I'll give you all the information that you need. So, you want to know how I was corrected. So first of all, recently I was here in Georgia helping my luo, the Owishag Baye Wande Abimbola, with an Itefa or an Ifa initiation. This a few weeks ago, March. I'm recording this in March of 2026, so it was earlier this month. It was a young brother actually from Nigeria. He lives here in the United States. So we did our 7-day initiation ritual. So during that ritual, I was showing some flashcards. So I have some Odu flashcards that I created that I sell. And those flashcards have all 16 symbols. It's for people to use if they want to learn and memorize the symbols on site. You want to know your Odu, you may be in a divination, and you want to see what markings, what they mean, what are those Odus. And so that was my flashcard. So I was showing them my luo. He said he really loved the flashcards. He thought they were very beneficial. He was looking through them, but my luo, he examines things. He wants things to be perfect. So he looked through. He found 2 errors on tone marks. Now the Yoruba language is a musical tonal language. So the tone marks and how you speak it is very important. So he found the error, and then he spoke further. That error on the tone mark that I was missing led him in to this deeper information that I then found that I was in error of, that we're going to cover a little later. But that is what happened.
Before we move on with the podcast, I want to tell you about something I know you're going to love. Discover Ashe Life. Get your high quality t-shirts and long sleeves featuring powerful Orisha designs like Oshun, Yemoja, Shango, and many more. They come available in multiple colors. These are comfortable fits made to wear every day. And this is more than just clothing. Ashe Life is about walking in blessings, embracing your path, and carrying that divine energy with you. So visit AsheLife.com today and wear your Ashe. From the family behind Talking Ifa, Ashe.
So you may be asking yourself, okay, so your Luo corrected you about the Yoruba language. Why should that be important to us, or why should we believe that? Well, let me just tell you who he is right quick. So Professor Wande Abimbola, he is one of the top Babalawos in the world. He was appointed as that. Some people say he's the top Babalawo in the world. He says no, he's not. He's ranked 4th or 5th, somewhere around there. But years and years and decades ago, he was appointed the title, the Awishe Agbaye. The Awishe basically means the word of Ifa, or the messages of Ifa. Agbaye means in the entire world. So he is the number one person to give the meaning. What is Ifa saying? So we can look at the verses, we can listen to the stories, but what exactly is Ifa saying in terms of the messages? The Orisha Agbaye is the top Babalawo in the world in defining those messages. Not only that, he was chosen by one of the popes previously to come to a big international event they had in the Vatican for all of the world religions. But not only was the Orisha Agbaye Wande Abimbola chosen to come, he wasn't chosen just to come and represent the Yoruba religion. Also, he wasn't chosen just to come and represent all African indigenous religions. He was chosen to represent all indigenous religions around the world. He was the chosen representative. Not only that, what is his expertise when it comes to the Yoruba language? Well, the Yoruba language, like I said, is a musical tonal language. And so decades ago, they were trying to figure out, it didn't translate well into English, just using the English letters, and did not help you know that you was pronouncing a word correctly, because in Yoruba, you can have a word, 2 words spelled exactly the same, but they have different tones, and therefore they have different meanings, right? So then they had to implement tone marks. They went through several iterations of that, and they finally settled in the 1974 report on the Yoruba language, the Yoruba Orthology Committee. That's when they finalized and formalized everything that they're still using today. And involved in that process, there were scholars. There was a few scholars, 4 or 5. One of those scholars was Professor Wande Abimbola. So he was instrumental in finalizing and developing the system of Yoruba language that we use today. Therefore, he has expertise in that area. So what he told me was, not just me, everybody that was there at the initiation in the room, he told us that the colonial educational system that they have in Nigeria, it has a lot of issues and faults, but one of them is how to properly pronounce the tones for the language, the Yoruba language. he said they've been trying to get them to correct it, but they haven't. So therefore, most even native Yoruba people and speakers in Nigeria are having a mistake, because I went online and I've taken some Yoruba language classes before. If you go online and search, 98% of them, if not all, are mistaken according to the Wishe Agbaye Wande Abimbola. They teach this thing that I'm going to cover a little later incorrectly. So we'll cover that soon. So let's talk about how the Yoruba tone marks are taught currently. So there's 3 of them, right? So again, Yoruba language is a singing musical language. They have 3 tones that normally make up all of the words in Yoruba. There's the low tone, which is like a slash. If you're looking at me, it's a slash mark to the left. The mid tone, which they don't have any slash, so if you see a letter or vowel without any slash over the top, that means it's a mid tone. Or a high tone with the slash going to the right. So for me, to the right is this way. If you're looking at me, the right would be this way. So this is how they teach it, and that's actually correct. But this is how they teach the tone marks in Yoruba. So the next question to be answered is, which musical tones are assigned to each tone mark? Okay, so in music, we have something, and most of you probably have heard, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, so again, the Yoruba language is a musical language, and you speak it in that way. So in Yoruba, they focus on 3. So how it's normally taught, and what you're going to see most of the time when you go online to learn the Yoruba languages, they're going to say do represents the low tone, which again is the slant to the left, but you're looking at me this way, it would go this way. Re, which is no mark over the letter. So if you see a Yoruba word with no mark over the letter, that's normally mid-tone, which is the re. And then they teach that the high tone is mi. So they say it's do, re, mi, do, re, mi. That's how you're going to see it taught. So you would pronounce words using those tones. So for instance, if you're going to say the word irete, the proper way would be the tone marks is low tone for the first I, no tone, it's a mid tone, so no mark on the middle E, and then it's another low tone on the final E. So it's do, re, do, do, re, do. And I'm not an expert on Yoruba language, or I don't have perfect pitch musically, so bear with me. Do, re, do, e, re, te. So that's how you would pronounce that particular word, or something like that. So if a Yoruba speaker might correct me, but that's how you pronounce that. So that is how Yoruba tone marks in the language are taught in most places you're going to see. But stick with me, and I'm going to enlighten you and give you a revelation that we got from the Orisa Agbaye Wande Abimbola. I just learned it this March of 2026, that way of teaching it is not correct. So stick with me, let's learn the correct way. You've stuck with me this far, so let me reveal to you what we learned is the correct way of doing this, okay? So how did it happen again? We were at an Itefa just earlier this month, a few weeks ago, and Baba Wande, Professor Wande Abimbola, told all of us in the room as we were looking at my flashcards, my Ifa Odu symbol or signature flashcards. He said, that way is incorrect. The tone, the actual musical tone that they assigned to them, one of them is incorrect. So, which one is incorrect? Is it Do? No. Do is correct. So the slash mark that's leaning to the left for me, this way for you, is correct. Re, no tone mark for the mid-tone is also correct. But what is incorrect is the high tone. So like I said before, the way it's taught is mi, do, re, mi. They teach you that the high tone is mi. Baba Wande said, no, that's incorrect. The high tone is actually sol, S-O-L. So where would that fall in the range? Do, re, mi, fa, sol. So the high tone is sol, so we skip two. So we say do, re, we skip mi, fa, we skip those two, sol. So it's do, re, sol, do, re, sol. So in other words, the word Ifa, for instance, he said to pronounce that correctly, the I is a mid-tone. So that's re, do, re, and then sol. So it's re, sol, e, fa is the proper way to pronounce it. O, fun. So it's not do, re, mi, it's do, re, sol. That is what the Wishag Bai just taught us. And I had been taking Yoruba classes and lessons for years. I never knew that. Most of you probably didn't know that either, because it is not taught that way in the schools in Nigeria. But the Wishe, who was there at the foundation of the tone marks and how they're used, would know. Okay, so I hope that is a revelation to you. I hope that benefits you in some way. Try not to get in any debates or arguments with anybody over it. But that, according to the Wishag Baye professor, Wande Abimbola, is the correct way of speaking Yoruba. I hope you enjoyed this today. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of any upcoming episodes. Thank you very much. Please accept my apologies for the mistake I made before. Ireo, Odabo.